Generic greetings and welcome to Startup Company. This is billed as a business simulation sandbox game. You are the CEO of a newly formed software company and you have to manage everything from the hiring and firing, training staff, setting them to tasks and working on different jobs, assembling the office furniture on your own while drunk at 3 a.m, all of that sort of thing. It's a game I've not featured on the channel before. I normally do a preview before jumping into a full series, but because I've been enjoying it, I thought, you know what, let's just skip to the inevitable conclusion because I think people would want to see this as well. It's still in development as well, so the typical disclaimers apply. It isn't finished yet, all of that sort of thing. It's in early access, and it's also, as of the time recording, not out yet. So obviously it'll depend on when you're watching this, but it's out on the 11th of August. As always, though, links are in the description. So what we're going to do is standard series format, progress on, and hopefully have some fun. And if we don't go bankrupt, then that'll aid in that goal. Let's go to new game, and we will start our brand new software company. It's going to be generic developments, I think. Developments, maybe spelled wrong, but whatever, continue. And obviously, because I haven't done a preview, I'll have to go into a lot of detail, which I'll be doing in this video and subsequent ones as we progress on. Just for the sake of full disclosure, I've played about an hour and a half of this, so there's a lot of things that I will be experiencing for the first time during the series, which could go really badly, but we'll see how it goes. So the first thing we need to do is unlock a loan, or pick a loan. Now, because we are currently tier 1, that's our company level, we can only get the easy money, which is 46,793. That's the total, but actually what we get is 40 grand because there is some interest and blah, blah, and commission. So we'll take the loan and we'll confirm that one, and then close that down. So this is the very, very small office that's apparently next to a restaurant which sells donuts, espressos, muffins, bagels, coffee, donuts, espresso, muffins, bagels, coffee. I think it sells, yeah, those three. So we've also got nice little grocers down there. I actually quite like the look of the game. It's fairly pretty. Just for sake of comparisons, this game is probably in between Software Inc. and Game Dev Tycoon. It's nowhere near as complicated and complex as Software Inc., but it's less random than Game Dev Tycoon, and also it's not just games you're making, it's just product. So anyway, first things first, UI top, time controls, we've got some money, we've got some options or some pop-ups on the left to show different things like new mail or new hiring, things like that. All of the buttons for looking at what we can build, as well as our finance, inventory, just the buttons essentially, and then the product creation on the top right, which we'll probably not be looking at that for a long time. It'll probably be a couple of episodes before we actually get into that. And then finally, the amount of mails you have, which is currently 2. So first things first, mail from Jonas, which is welcome to Startup Company. Hi there, welcome to Startup Company Beta. Fine. This game is under constant development. The amount of tips and hints greatly reduced. This means you have to learn a lot yourself. Yes, I know. So it gives you the basic things to do, which is go to the finance view, take a loan, which we've done, hire a sales executive to generate contracts, and then complete your first contract. We need to hire a developer and then develop that one. So we'll just say back, and then finally we've got easy money. Congratulations on your new loan. Thank you very much. We will go back, and then there we go. So let's just follow those tips along. We need to hire a couple of people. We need to hire someone who can actually get the jobs in the first place, because we won't be making products from scratch. We'll just be doing contracts, and obviously we need someone to work on that. So let's just start with the office first. We'll go to purchase furniture, and you can see all the different types of furniture you can build. So you've got large meeting table, little wall hex pieces, couches, things like that. A lot of these are locked, and that's based on the tier of your company, which it goes up to tier, well, that is a tier 11, so I'm guessing that is the highest in the game so far. Anyway, so we've also got these beginner workstations. These are the ones that you need, and apparently they cost 3 grand. Oh, I guess you're getting the computer and the desk and everything else with it, so that's fair enough. I was going to say, how come you're just getting a desk for that, but you're not? You're getting all the other stuff. So they give you an office bonus of a certain number of percent, and you have to make your office very, very pretty, otherwise people will not be overly happy. And also you can't hire as many people, or rather you can hire as many people as you want, but you just can't get very, very skilled people if your office is just an absolute dive. Anyway, so we're going to go to beginner workstation, and we're going to place it in the corner like so. And then because we can, we'll place one. We'll probably place one in. Well, we need a couple. We need one for the salesperson, so we're going to put them there, and then we'll have one for the developer. One there, and one there. We'll probably go for one there, I think. There we are. So there's 2 workstations, and obviously we can, if we want to, put like a nice little potted plant between them. There we are. Okay, so we need to hire the people first, so we will go down to, where is it? Employees, and then recruitment, and we need to recruit a sales executive. We'll keep it on beginner because we just can't select anything else. We'll have our duration as 1 day. The longer you look, obviously, the more things you might find, and then we'll start recruiting, and then we'll unpause the game, and it's going to start looking for sales executives, and then give us some candidates. Obviously, there'll be different statistics, so overall effectiveness, things like that, but we'll see what happens when we get to that point. We'll max speed out because we can, and see who we actually get. In terms of stuff we can build, as you can see, we've got glass panels, we've got closets, we've got all different manner of things. Now, your staff don't wander around, or at least I've not seen them wander around, so it's just aesthetic stuff. They don't actually interact with this, but hey-ho. So anyway, looks like Shane Harris has applied. Shane Harris is a sales executive. They are 109 efficiency, and they're going to be $4,000 to hire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a day just to see if we get someone better. There we go, Timothy Lawrence, which is 138 efficient. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop that there. I'm going to cancel, or I'm going to hire them first, so we'll hire them, and then we will cancel the recruitment drive, and then what we'll do is we'll start looking for a developer and start recruiting. So we will now have someone in our employee bank, there they are, and we will then assign them to this table, like so, and then they sit there. So you can see they're now sitting there. It says idling, and that's because they're not doing anything, and also it's gone dark because, well, it's the end of the day. So we're going to jump to the start of the next day. There we are. We've got a lot of people applied for this other job, so let's have a quick look. This is the different developers, so we want someone who's, again, very, very good. Looks like we've got Evelyn Sharp there, so we're going to hire those, and then we will stop the recruitment drive, and then we'll just cancel all of the other people because we don't need to know, and then we will assign that person there. So what we have now is 2 people which are sitting doing absolutely nothing, which is not good. So what we'll do instead, we're going to click on this person idling here. This is our sales guy, and we can assign them to look for a contract. At the moment, we can't do anything in terms of the contract type. We can't change any of these options. They need to be either higher level or have a manager assign them, which is something we'll get onto later on. For the time being, though, we'll just say search for contract. It'll take 2 hours, and then they will hopefully find a contract. The other person, the developer, you can see we've got loads of options here for developing different things. Now, I was thrown by this when I first played it, and I'm still, I would say I'm on the fence by it, but it's it feels very like Euro board gamey. What I mean by that is that you are not creating a specific piece of software. You are creating different modules, different components. So you'll say, let's build like a UI component, and it'll take a certain amount of hours to do that, and then you'll have just one of those components in your stash. And then when you do contracts, the contract will say you need these components in order to just finish it. So it means if you just say develop 10 UI components, you can have them sitting there like tokens on a board game. And when you get the contract in, you can just say, oh, there you go, there's your tokens, and immediately do it. It's yeah, it is what it is. It's a different way of doing it anyway. So what we'll do, we'll unlock this first because you do have to research it. It says research, but I don't think it really means that, because if it was research, it would be company-wide, but it's not. It's based on each developer. So we're now we've researched that UI component, and we're going to click on that to start a development of it. And then if I unpause it, you can see it's getting developed, and you can see they're typing away there, and these are going up. So, and we'll say jump to the start of the day because we've had one day already. We're currently on 28,000. Okay, fine. What do I need to check as well? Oh yes, you've got a schedule. You see there's got working hours. You can't alter this at all. You need a HR manager to do it. So yeah, it's something that you will have to be aware of. Also, they've got exhaustion. So every day their mood will decrease, and eventually you'll have to send them on holiday for vacation. And you can increase the moods, or you can't increase the mood, but you can reduce the amount of lost mood by placing things like closets and other such thing in the place. So I'm just going to put the closet there just to make the office look a little bit better. So instead of being, I believe it was 7.1, it's now 7, yeah, because you get a bonus for the office. So we'll unpause it, and you can see what will happen is this person here, it'll say awaiting instructions. So we have respond to the contract. So this contract here is, it says 1 modules from Vilio, and it's a fixed price contract, so they're going to give us 1,980 generic units of currency, and then you've got 330 dollars per hour high urgency. That there doesn't mean, I think that might be your your penalty if you don't hit it in the next 24 hours, because that's our time we have to do it. And I think we will accept the contract. So you can't accept multiple contracts, or rather, you can if you have multiple contract managers, but we don't. We just have one sales executive here. So they're managing this contract, you see. So it requires a network component and beginner level of... was it? It's a network component level beginner. Yeah, so it's beginner level. So a network component is here. So what I'm going to do is unpause it. I will stop immediately, pause it once this is completed. Once you've completed it, they will sit there idling. So I'm going to then unlock the network component and then set them to task on that one there. And then they'll develop that thing there, which is pretty cool. Yep, 20%, and it's going to go up. And once that's completed, we will then complete this task. This is a very good developer. She's very, very good. She's cracking on quite well. And it is done. There we go. And what I'll do is probably unlock backend component and start doing that. Just get one of each in the queue, you see. Anyway, so we will go over to this contract here, and then you can see now we have that. So we've completed that bit of the component. But like I say, that is a global token that goes anywhere. So if we had multiple tokens and we already had that, we could just deliver the contract straight away. So we'll say deliver now, and there we go, we get money. So no past due fee, because it's not past due, it's 19 hours left, and then we got some XP, and then we got a total payout. Excellent. So let's just search for another contract. You might think this is very manual labour-y, and it is. It's a very micro-heavy game. You can automate stuff by hiring managers, which is something we'll be doing probably quite shortly, actually. But either way, you still understand that it's still very, very clicky. There's a lot of stuff to do. Okay, this one here. This is a low urgency one, and it is a fixed price of 1,200, and it requires a back-end component and a network component. Well, we're already working on the back-end, and we know we've got the network component unlocked, so we'll accept that contract, and then we will just max speed out. And once this person is completed, I was going to say once complete the back-end component, I'll crack on, and they've done that. Let's go for the network component, which shouldn't take too long. Aha! Congratulations! We're now level 2, or tier 2. So new employee type. So we've got the designer, and we've got new things here. We've got the office, like, I don't know, what is it, like a filing cabinet type thing, or just a small little desk, a chest of drawers. We've got a nice sofa, and we've got coffee. We have beverages. Nice. Today's beverage actually isn't coffee, it's just water. Okay, so we'll go over to purchase item, and then we'll get some coffee. We'll get a coffee machine in here, and then click it. There we go. Okay. So, they're managing that contract. We'll max that speed out. You can see they've got an overall happiness there, which will slowly go down. They are currently on 84% happiness. You can also see productivity as well. So the mood will affect the productivity, as well as the office will increase it as well. So they're at now idle. So what I'm going to do is set them to build. Actually, what we'll do is we'll unlock database, and we'll start going on that one there. And then we will say, you deliver the contract, and there we go. And then we'll, again, look for another contract. So, I think what we'll do, we'll go to purchase item, we'll get another desk in like so. Actually, we'll get 2 desks in, we'll rotate them round to put one in here. Jump to the start of new day. The reason I've done this is I want to get another developer and also one designer as well. So let's just run to the contract. This one is backend component and database component. It is a low urgency, and it's very, very... there's not much payment in this, so I'm going to search for another contract while we crack on. Also, while we go over to employees, recruitment, and we want to hire another developer, and we'll start searching. Immediately we get some candidates, and you can see they're not that great, so we'll just wait. This is another... let's pause it a second. This is another contract, so we'll accept that. Oh, we'll have a look at it. This is medium urgency, 26 hours. It is a $2,000 payment, fixed price, and database component, which we have one, and also network component. So we'll accept that because we can simply go to network component, and then we'll see what happens. So employees, candidates, and still not great candidates. That's a bit better. Augusta Lloyd and Eugenia Phelps. Oh, there we go. Eugenia Phelps, 137. We could wait and get some more, but I think we'll just hire them. Cancel the recruitment. And now we'll also look for... well, cancel the designers first. There we go. And then we'll search for a designer. We'll hire... or put you there. So that's 2 developers. And we'll research encryption component and then start researching or building an encryption component. So... we're now looking for designers. There's Lulu Fuller, designer, 128%. 102% for Francis Peters. Let's see. Are we almost done that one? Yes, we're almost there. And there we go. Deliver. Okay, search for component. Search for contract, rather. You can make another network component while we're on it. And you can probably go for another one of those. Looks like we've got a lot of people applied for this last job. Oh, there we go. Roger Austin, you can come with me. And we'll just get rid of all of these because we don't want to look for anyone else. So we'll hire you, or rather we'll get you here. This is the designer now. So the designer can do blueprint component, wireframe components, and graphics components. And you can see there's different times. So we'll just go for the blueprint component, and then there we go. And pause. So we now have 4 people working for our startup. We'll jump to the next day, and we're currently on 15 grand, so we're losing a bit of money. So let's just see how this one goes. This next one requires medium urgency, 26 hours. It requires a UI component, which we have, a database component, which we can build, and also a graphics component. So we'll accept that one. So we'll just pause it and make sure that we are going for the right stuff. So it is database and graphics. So we are not we're not doing database, and I think I'll move this person onto database. Now, if you have a one that's half research or half built like this, which is 12%, you will cancel if you're moving over, but it's only 12%, so it don't really matter. This, however, this one here, which is blueprint component, we don't want to move over just yet because, well, it's on high level. So we'll move it over now once we've completed it. And it should be completed very, very shortly. There is the network component, and they're all idling, so we'll pause it. Manage the contract, deliver that one. There we go, 2 grand. Search for another component, and we don't want them idling. I want them to be building things, so we'll build a backend component there. This person can build a database component, and you can build a graphics component as well. And there we go. So, in terms of our finance, you can see that it's not. Let me just. I'll check later. I need to get more jobs in. This is a wireframe component and 2 UI components. Low urgency, 800 quid. Nah, we're declining that. It's not even worth getting out of bed for. You will build me one of those, please. You're idling. We don't want that. We want another encryption. And as you can see, I'm just trying to get more stuff built. This person's on. This person's actually not here. You can see they leave at different times, which is, I think it's based on when you hire them. But we'll end the day there. It's a bit annoying because they come in really when they want. Well, they don't. They come in between these hours, which is 7 and 3. But this person here is 8 and 4. This person is 9 and 5. It's all over the place, really. Anyway. So, let's just have a quick look at our finance. You can see finance per month is minus 18,000 so far. The total we've made is 7,000 the last 30 days. Next 30 days, estimated minus 25,000. It's not the case because, well, I guess it is the case that it thinks that that's what we're going to do, but that's assuming we do absolutely nothing because it's based on the last month. But, yeah, we've just hit tier 3, so we now have a new person, which is a manager. New benefits unlocked, which is small retirement plan, which if you have that, it'll make people happier, I believe, as well as attract different people. And also a nice office bonus item, which is, I don't know, it's like a weird foam block. Anyway, so searching for this new contract, we could hire another manager, but for the time being, I would like to hire them, but we're not really at that point yet. This is low urgency. It's 1,400, but it requires UI components and database components and graphic components, but we've already got that, so I might as well pick them all up because we're already working on it. So UI component, that's fine, and then work on different graphics components. That one like that. You can see you don't really need multiple artists, at least not in my experience, not when you first start. Let's just deliver that, there we go, and then keep searching. So, we don't want them idling, database component, please. So, I think we will leave it there. I don't really know how well we're doing, to be quite honest with you. Maybe we're doing alright, maybe we're doing absolutely crap. I have no idea. Either way, we will find out next episode. We are on day 8 with 13,000 in the bank. We can take out another loan if we need to, but obviously that's going to give us a daily cost. We don't really want to go down that route if we don't have to, but we'll see how it goes. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.